I do this every week. I don't know what's in here, but I get to share something about God from whatever happens to be in here. Maybe. Peanuts, sports. Snoopy.
All-Star
You like
Snoopy.
Snoopy? The All-Star.
Yeah.
All-Stars. Sometimes I think we have the wrong idea of what makes an all-star. We're caught up kind of with the world's idea of all-stars. How many of you watched the home run derby? Anybody watch the home run derby except me?
Unfortunately, I was forced to.
I work at a pizza place that we've got big screens everywhere, and it's sports, and more sports.
And the all-star game. Great game except for two problems. Both of the pitchers who gave up all those runs that were scored by the American League were St. Louis Cardinals pitchers, and I like the Cardinals. So it was an exciting game, but it was not all that enjoyable for me. But sometimes we have the wrong idea of what makes an all-star. Yeah, it's the low ERA, lots of strikeouts, being able to throw a fastball at 100 miles an hour. Being able to hit those monstrous home runs, making those amazing web gem catches in the field. And we think, oh, that guy's just great. He's an all-star. I think sometimes we may need to look at it as the way God looks at all. And that isn't necessarily the guy who's pastoring the big mega church, or the brilliant college professor who has 15 letters after his name and has written 47 books on theology. Those people may be important. But the old grandmother who's kneeling at her bedside at 80 years of age and almost unable to get up, but praying every night for her lost grandson. And praying until that grandson receives the Lord. The layman, who on his day off serves at a food pantry, or visits prisoners in the local jail, and shares the love of Jesus with them. Those are the people God sees as all-stars. The faithful husband, the faithful wife. So in case you guys have not heard yet, you're going to have troubles in life. You're going to have difficulties. There's going to be times Granny's going to leave the toilet seat up. It's going to happen.
There will be times you want to grab the nearest plate and bash it over his head.
That's part of the emotional response. Loving and remaining faithful, choosing to love, choosing to forgive, to bridge that gap with hope and forgiveness. Those are the people God looks at as all-stars. And I see people who've been married 50 years. I say, man, that's an amazing thing. My wife and I have made it for 35, and I sometimes wonder how. How could anybody put up with me for 35 years? And then some of you know my wife also. You may wonder how anybody put up with her for 35 years. Yeah, it goes both ways. Those are the all-stars. Faithful parenting. In case you don't know it, children can be difficult. You know, when they're first born, you've got the waking you up at 2 a.m. crying. You got the 2 a.m. feeding. And then for some reason we teach them to talk. And they don't stop. And then there's this cute loving age, you know, when they first begin school and all of those things, and then they become teenagers. Oh my. But then we need to remember how we were as teenagers too, when our parents were saying all that. And then they get beyond that and they move out and back in and out and back in and out and back in. Lots of wrong choices.
I feel like he's got somebody in mind when he says that.
Sometimes I wasn't looking in your direction necessarily. I think I missed an out and back in fact, if I'm looking at you. Oh, hey, it is what it is. That's part of parenting too. And your children make wrong choices. They do things you really wish they hadn't done. And you still love them. Unconditionally. That's what an all-star is. Not somebody who can hit a home run. or strike somebody out. It is somebody who is faithful to God and shares that love with others. So think about that next time you watch an All-Star game. We're going to continue our worship now.